Next, I'm going to show you how we can start to build a GUI with wxGlade. So after we start the wxGlade, and I showed you in the previous video how to do that. So this is what we are going to get. And probably the first thing better to do is just go ahead and save the application. So I will save it here, and then you can usually save those output file in the separate folder. It's better to do that, and I will show you later on why. And so we can save it right there. So first we'll save that. After we save that, we have to add the frame and panel into our application. So as you see, the application is already there, and then we can add the frame and panel to that. Before going further away, the one thing I want to show you, if you click on the application, make sure you move down here and make sure it's the Python is selected here and it's on the version 3. So we know when we export the file is going to be exported in the Python 3 version. After that, we're going to add the frame. So if we click here at add the frame, it asks what type of frame we want. We just want a simple frame, and we'll show you what it is, and says add the panel and sizer to that. Yes, I will show you what I mean. So when I click on that, it will open on the design menu, which is this. This is a design menu here, and there's a frame. The frame is this side windows that it has the close, maximize, minimize these things, and everything else is going to be inside that. Then when we have the frame, inside the frame we are gonna hold whatever we want. For that reason, we need to have a panel. So there are different type of container that we can use. One of them is panel. So here we have the panel, we have the notebook, we have the splitter window, and the other ones. So let me remove that, and then I show you. If you look at here, it says that there's a frame that doesn't hold anything. So if I want to add any control to my GUI, first I have to add a container, you add a panel, and then add everything else to the panel. So here, if I click here on the panel and I click it here, so you see I have a panel added to my frame. The other two options here I have, so let me remove that. I can have a tab notebook. Basically, it's going to be multiple panels. So it says, if I click on that, click here, it says, okay, I want the tab bar be on the top, and I assume I want to have two tabs. And I click OK, and then you will see here, so I have tab 1, tab 2. So basically I have panel 1 and panel 2. So I have two panels here, so I can have them. The other option here is, if I remove that, is this splitted windows. If I click on that and add it here, and then you'll see basically I have two windows, so I have it sitting next to each other. So I have, you can say, like the panel, two panels next to each other, two windows next to each other. But for most cases, the one we are using is this simple panel. I can add it here. So we are going to have that panel here, and then we are going to add everything else to this panel. A couple of things before go ahead. So one of the things that you see, this is a design window. So if we click on the frame, we want to set up some stuff in the frame. So some properties here. One of them is the size. So here the size of the frame is 400 by 300. So assume I wanted, let's say, with 600 width and 400 height. So if I change that to 600, 400, so I will see that it will change. The size is changed to 600 by 400 here. There are other things that we can here manage. The other one that probably one is the title. So you see this is the title here. So it says the frame. So assume I want to be the name of my application. So I just call it my application, but any name that you have. here I can put it there, and then if I click here, so you see the title is changed. Remember that here the name here is not the title, is the name that when in the programming in the Python we want to refer to the frame. This is what gonna be the name of the frame, but here is the title that we know. The other one is click on the center. Usually when if we click on that, it means that whenever it's open at the center of the windows that, or in the center of the desktop that we have, rather than open in any specific location. For that reason. So now our frame is set, so you can see, we can preview that. Remember, we can always, this is the design window, I can close it, and or if you close it by accident, you can come in here in the windows, click on the show hide design window, so you can have it. So after I have whatever I have here, so I have frame, I have panel, I will save it, and then I want to preview it to see how it's actually work. I come here on the window and click on the preview, and this is what I have so far. So this is the how it's gonna look like. And then when I set up my application, I set up my frame or everything else I want to set up, then I can come here and then generate the code. So it's gonna the code that I can open it in my any Python IDE that you're using. So if I come here and let's see where it is. So it is saved it on the C, so that means to save it here, so you can see. So I want to save it here. So I would save it here, so it's there. Now I will export it, so you can see this is the file exported. So if I open that in any code editor you have, I'm using the Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So this is what it's generated for me. So I have my frame here that I have it. So it's my app here, and then I have my panel here. And if I run that code, it should, if everything's okay, it should give me. So you can see, so it generate that window that we have there. So as you can see, with a couple of clicks, we can set up our frame and the panel, and then from there, as you can see, show you again. So it's ready, so we can next go ahead and start adding whatever control or widget we want to our application.